Dear learners, we are reaching to the 8th week of our course of marketing entitled The Art and Science of Marketing from Basics to Breakthrough. We reached to the 8th week, it means we are on the verge of 2/3 completion of our course, and this 8th week, module 8 is entirely devoted to understand one of the marketing mix element, very crucial marketing mix element, that is price. We already discussed how for marketing mix element the price is different from other 3 marketing mix element. If you recall, we already discussed that price is the only P in marketing mix which is having a possibility to generate revenue for the organization. Otherwise, all other P's are actually consuming the cost of organization. So, this week 8 module 8 is devoted to formulate the pricing strategy, and as usual in terms of my course structure, the course is, or this module is again going to be divided into 5 specific lectures. The first lecture is devoted to understand the factors influencing the different pricing strategies, and accordingly we move forward to understand the nitty-gritty of the pricing. I, Dr. Asutosh Mohan, Associate Professor at Faculty of Management Studies, Banaras Hindu University, would like to welcome you all in this learning journey of marketing. Let's start our session with the objective of the pricing. The first objective is understand the meaning and objectives of pricing, what exactly we mean by price, and what are the different objectives served by the pricing strategies. Then we try to understand the key internal and external factors who are affecting the pricing decision of any organization. So, these two objectives are good enough to tell us the basics related with pricing. Let us start the session with a story, the story of two dosa corners. So, one student find two dosa stalls next to each other. One charging rupees 30, seems to be quite cheap. The another is charging rupees 60, despite both dosa corners are having the same product, no difference in terms of product quality, but the rupees 60 stall is crowded. Why? Why this is crowded? A costlier one is crowded. The reason is that dosa corner is having the factors incorporated in the service, that is hygiene, that is ambience, that is service, which valued more by the customer, and customer were not hesitant to pay double the price of other dosa corner to avail the same product. So, what is the learning for us? Learning is pricing is not just about cost, it is about value perception. Just try to understand a very crucial element. Usually we consider price as a cost factor, but price is actually a presentation of value in the eyes of customer. How much value the customer is perceiving for any offer, that actually determines the price of the product, the price of the offer. Now let us try to understand what is price. In a very simple term, if we try to understand price, so price may be any quantitative term which a customer used to pay to acquire the product. That is a layman understanding. So, a price is quantitative monetary term represented by the organization which is supposed to be paid by customer to avail that particular product or service. This is what price we understand. If we try to define it in a technical term, it is an art of translating into a quantitative terms scientifically. Just see how beautifully you are coining the price, but that beautiful coining of price depends on scientific tools and techniques to understand the basis of those pricing decision. And what exactly this represent? It represent the values of a product to a customer at point in time. This is very crucial. That is what we will understand later on, how price can be differentiated at different point of time. That is also possible for a same product, two different prices at two different point of time possible. So, Kotler defined it a very beautiful manner, or Kotler simply quoted in a very beautiful manner, no matter what the state of the economy, company should sell value, not price. Just see the highlighted term, sell value, not the price. If you try to focus on the price, then possibly you are missing the opportunity. Possibly you are not able to understand the nerve of the market. But if you are highlighting the value proposition which you are offering in exchange of monetary terms, then only it will be feasible, it will feel by the market as an affordable option to go for. So, emphasis is not on those monetary term in terms of price, emphasis of marketer need to be on how to deliver or what kind of value, in what quantity of value they delivered with a certain monetary term attached with that value. So, value is a prime consideration, prime focus. Now, let us see this alignment of price with value beautifully depicted in terms of price paid on y axis and the value received on x axis. Now, there are two possibilities, either the price is low, medium or high, or the value is low, medium or high. Now, if you are traveling in this particular domain, it means you are moving in tandem from low value, low price and moving to the high value and high price. It means your price is matching with the value. So, this is a right proportion which organizations are hitting altogether. But if any organization is under this proposition where the value perceived is quite high, but price you are charging is quite low, it means the company is somehow not able to understand the potential of market or the distinction it created in the eyes of market, that is customer, and somehow they are not able to harvest the actual price which they can charge for. So, it is a unharvested value. Now, see another portion, just see this portion. The price is high, but value perception is somehow low. It means the misperception of marketer related with the value perception of the customer is not matching. That is why it is a missed opportunity. Missed opportunity means the company is charging high price, but customer is not seeing value to pay so much of high price. So, possibly the organization may not able to sell the product in a proper volume. Organization may not get the success in a desired rate. That is what a problematic proposition altogether. So, missed opportunity, this is again one of the factor which create a problem situation for organization. So, if organization lies in the first part, problem, if organization lie in the second part, again it is a problem. In one, you are accumulating your inventory, not able to sell the same. In second, you are able to sell on a quite rapid pace, but you are not getting the actual benefits which you are supposed to get. So, what organization need to do? Organization try to remain in this parallel stream of flow where value and price are matching or moving in tandem to each other. Now, what is the importance of pricing? Just see, there are 4 or 5 components mentioned on this slide which are representing the importance of pricing for any organization. Even on a macro level, price serves a pivot for the economy, because several times we keep on reading the news item, the inflation rate, the prices of different commodity. The inflation rate is one of the parameter which guides the economy of the country. So, in a case of India, the rate of inflation actually decides the RBI monetary and fiscal policy. So, price is a crucial factor, not only affecting the organization, but capable to affect the entire economy that may have a macroeconomic effect. Similarly, it regulates the demand, that is quite natural, because as we know, as per the elasticity of demand, the price increases, demand decreases. They move reciprocally, they move opposite to each other. Similarly, it can be served as a competitive weapon. Several times the organizations are using price to penetrate the market, to grab the market share, to pull the competitors customer in their own kitty. So, price is one of the competitive weapon to work on. It determines the level of profitability which organization can earn, and finally it is a marketing input for marketer, because as per the price decided by the organization, don't you think that will serve a purpose, that will serve an input for other marketing mix decision to take? So, all marketing mix elements are interrelated, and price is one of the crucial factor which decides the other marketing mix strategies. Now, what may be the pricing objectives? I hope the overall pricing objective or the prime pricing objective is to build a roadmap to wealth for the organization. Don't you think so? That is what we need to understand. But beside that, there are certain other objectives which are pinpointed here in a 6 different categories. So, first objective is survival. Survival, what does it mean? If suppose your organization is not able to sell the product at a desired price tag, then you might think about offering certain kind of discount, certain kind of lowering of price, so that even you can recover your variable cost and remain floated at the marketplace. So, whenever there is low demand and there are possibility that your survival will be at stake, price play a very crucial role to make this tide in a reverse direction. Second objective is maximizing the current profit. Maximizing the current profit means it represents a kind of intention where you try to earn maximum possible profit in a short duration. You do not want to go for a kind of long term orientation, and several times whenever organization perceives there are certain roadblocks in future, why not to encash the present? And if your intention is to encash the present because you are uncertain about the future, then organization move with this particular objective where they try to maximize the current profits. Next objective is maximize the current sales revenue. What does it mean? It clearly indicates your intention is to increase the sales volume. Your intention is to increase the market share. Your intention is to grab a big chunk of the market altogether. So, if you have these kind of intentions, then this pricing objective serves beautifully for the organization. Related with the same, another objective, that is maximum sales growth, which may ensure that you remain a market leader. Or if you are not a market leader, you try to grab the position number 1 at the marketplace. So, if your intention is to become a market leader, then this objective may serve the purpose in a very beautiful manner. Next one is maximum market skimming. Skimming means filtering the profit as early or similar to the skimming the milk, skimming the cream from the milk, the organization try to skim the maximum profit before any competition comes into the market. That is what organization try to reap the advantage of premium or new to the world product and try to gain the maximum before this maximum can be diluted with any other player entry into the market. The last objective, product quality leadership. If your company is offering something, a very quality product, a company is offering something which is perceived by the market as a value proposition to go for. They have a very distinctive image in the mind that this company product is bound to be a quality product. Then don't you think you have an opportunity to take the advantage of this distinctive image? Many organizations are doing. Take the example of Sony, take the example of Apple, take the example of any other technological giants who are actually reaping this particular benefit of quality in the mind of customer, and accordingly they are charging the higher prices. Think about the market leader position of Intel in the personal computing segment. So they are doing the same, they are leveraging the same, and they are getting lot of benefit related with the same. Now, what are the different factors influencing pricing? There are basically two factors, micro factors, that is internal factors. Then we are having the external factors which are related with the outer environment of the organization. Let us take one by one the different factors. Let us take the internal factors first. So, what might be the internal factors which are actually related with the influence to the price of an organization? So, first internal factor, cost of production. Obviously, the cost of production is one of the factor which need to be a primary consideration for any organization to go for. You need to understand the cost is providing base on which you can build your entire building of pricing. If you don't know the cost, then there might not be any attempt to decide the price of a product. So, cost is one of the primary, very basic and essential factor to understand. Second one is marketing objectives. Marketing objectives relates with what kind of STP strategy company is going to opt or company already opted, and accordingly the segment which you want to target, the image which you want to create in terms of positioning, that is going to be a guiding force what price you may charge to the market. This is what marketing objectives are. Next one is brand positioning, very closely related with the marketing objective, which we already discussed, how you want to position your brand, how you want to build an impression, an image in the mind of customer. Next one is product stages in life cycle, which we already covered under the 4 product life cycle stages, whether it was or whether it is going to be in the introduction stage, the growth stage, the maturity or decline. We discussed in detail in our last module what might be the possible pricing strategy, and those stages of product in different life cycle categories or the different life cycle stages are crucial to understand by any marketer to decide about the price. And finally, the length of distribution channel. Don't you think the lengthier means the longer? The longer the distribution channel, the number of players added in your distribution network, it means the more and more margins you have to provide to each player. And if you are adding more margin to each player, don't you think your price is going to be affected in the same direction? So, longer market channel, market distribution or market distribution channel, you will find the prices are bound to increase. If it is a direct, that is what we are witnessing in several D2C e-commerce platform, where the product is relatively cheaper than the traditional distribution channel, and that is the reason, and that is going to be a deciding factor what should be the price of the product. Now next is macro factor or the external factors which are influencing the price. Now the first one is customer demand and the perceived value. Customer demand and perceived value. Don't you think that is a very natural primary factor under the external factor? If you are charging anything but it is not demanded by the marketer, if you are charging anything which is not valued by the customer, will it be possible for you to reap the advantage of your pricing decision? Not at all. And that is why this factor becomes one of the very primary crucial element in external factors, where it provide base similar to the internal factors cost. Relating these two is actually deciding the base of the price. Competitors pricing, again very natural thing to go for. If you are charging very low to the competitor with a similar kind of a product, you may charge the same for penetration purposes, but long term survival will be difficult. If you are charging high to the competitor with a similar kind of a product value perception, then possibly you may not gain the market share at all. So don't you think whatever the competitor's pricing strategy, that is also a crucial element, a crucial input for deciding your pricing? And that is why the competitor analysis, competitor pricing understanding is very crucial to decide your own price. Market condition and trends, legal and regulatory environment, and ethical consideration. These are three other factors. Market condition and trends, if economy is in downside and economy is at boom, the chances of getting higher value or higher prices in boom or offering certain discount to sustain the demand that is in the economy is in downside is having lot of effect on the pricing decision. Similarly, the legal and regulatory environment is still in many of those sectors. For example, in pharmaceutical industry, many of the drugs are still controlled by the government in terms of their maximum retail price. We may have several other sectors where the price is again part and parcel of government regulation. For example, the agri input, fertilizers, that is again under the control of government. We are talking in terms of different utility services, electricity, water. The pricing is in control of government. Even though you may argue with me, these are the monopoly kind of sector where no private players or no competition is existing. So whatsoever government is charging, you have to pay for that. But still, just try to understand. Any organization cannot disobey the regulatory requirement. They have to have understand the same. And this is again very crucial when we talk about the last factor, that is ethical consideration. Now what is ethical consideration? What we witnessed recently in Pulwama attack. Lot of criticism were there when the tourists wanted to return back. The airlines charged heavily. So lot of backlashes were there where people criticize, don't try to encash the opportunity for your own profit. At the same time, we also identified some of the organization offered several services free of cost or maybe at the same cost. So what's your ethical consideration? Whether you want to reap the maximum benefit with an opportunity to encash without bothering what will be the implication or what will be the image which you are going to make with this kind of pricing, then you may go for it. But if you are ethically sound, if you value the ethics, and if you value your customer and the market sentiments, then possibly the ethical considerations might serve a purpose to decide about your price. That's what we need to understand again in a minute details. Now, there is one price quality matrix which I want to highlight, even though this price quality matrix is having two dimensions, price and quality, with three possibilities, either high price, medium price or low price. For quality, again three possibilities, high, medium and low. Now, based on these two parameters, three possibilities multiplied by three possibility of other, there will be the 9 situations to counter for. So, it is a 9 by 9 matrix, 3 by 3 matrix giving the 9 outcomes. Now, just see there are different strategies of pricing mentioned in each particular cell. Now, why I do not want to explain with a concrete example, and I want to leave you with the examples from your side just to understand the meaning of this matrix, because quality is a subjective dimension. Quality is something which differ from individual to individual. So, if I give you an example that it is a high quality product, for you it might be a medium quality or maybe a bad quality product. So, it is a fruitless exercise to give the examples for each cell and then try to convince you. I am leaving you to decide the quality, evaluate the price and find out the example for each cell. Just try to see the meaning of this matrix, which is denoted very beautifully by interaction of these two parameters with three possibility. Now, just see, if price is high and quality is high, it is a premium strategy. If price is medium, quality is medium, it is a medium value strategy. If price is low and product is low quality, it means economic strategy. So, these three possibilities 1, 5 and 9 in this manner, do not you think it is a judicious mix of price with quality? That is what we witnessed earlier also, where market might be ready to pay the price as per the quality perception of the product. But just think about this area where the quality is high, whereas price is relatively medium or low. Just see, quality is high, high value, super value, and quality is medium but price is low, it is a good value strategy. So, number 2, number 3 and number 6. If any company is offering these 3 or any company is opting for these 3 strategy, it means it is for customer's advantage. Customer is getting the maximum advantage, but somehow company is missing the chance to earn more with making a price relatively higher. But just think about this side, the strategy 4, the strategy 7 and the strategy 8. Quality is medium, price is high. Quality is low, but still price is high, and quality is low, but price is medium. It means here somehow company or organization want to get the benefits more and more without bothering the consequences, the long term consequences of the thing. So, if you are charging high with a lower quality or medium quality product, then obviously you are cheating. So, rip off strategy is usually for those organizations who are having a very short term intention to remain in the market. They just try to get maximum in a very short duration. Maybe a kind of fraud intention by the organization where they pose a very high quality in their communication, charging a kind of premium price, but when actually it is realized, used by the customer, and whenever they feel it is not good or it was not good, let us have the complaint, company used to flee from the market. that is possible. So, these three strategies are actually cheating the customer, cheating the market, but giving a certain kind of short term benefit to the organization. That is what we need to understand. Now, just see the another matrix with certain examples. Why? Because value perception is again subjective, but still we can identify the value perception with the price. So, here there are two specific things: perceived value either high or low, perceived price not perceived, the actual price either low or high, and based on this we are having four possibility. If value is high and price is low, it means it is going to be perceived as value for money offered by the marketer. It is considered to be the best available option at the marketplace, where the perception of value is high, but price is low. That is why it is represented by green. And the example which we have, the IKEA, the DMart, these organizations are representing the same phenomena. Now, just see, the price is high and value is also high. What does it mean? It means it is a luxury product, the luxury services, the Rolex, Apple, the 5-7 star hotels, the restaurant, all those particular elements will come under the same, where the value is perceived to match with the price. So, high value and high price. What about this? Low value and low price. This is also good. No cheating, nothing. It is a commoditized, only price competition. Whosoever is offering lower price with relatively standard quality of product, a kind of commodity which we are having, you can win the market. People are perceiving in the same manner. So, there is no flaw in this kind of a strategy. You are offering low value with a low price with a very standard kind of product. Whosoever is having the best possibility of offering the best price, the customer, the market will move in that particular direction. Very natural, very obvious. What about the fourth quadrant? Just see, the price is high, value is low, that is why represented by red color. Don't you think it is an unsustainable kind of model? You are bound to fail. You are actually trying to reap the maximum advantage in a short duration with a mollified intention. So, you can't survive. You cannot survive for a longer duration. Your survival will be at stake. And if any organization is working with this particular quadrant strategy, then you will not find the existence of those organizations for longer duration. With this understanding of quality and price, the value perception and price, let us clearly try to identify what may be the common pricing mistakes, and we will end the session with understanding of these pricing mistakes. So, if we are pricing too low due to fear, it is not required, because you are somehow missing the opportunity of earning high benefits. If you are ignoring the competitor, that is again a kind of mistake. If you think you are self-sufficient, you are good to go for whatever you demand, whatever you wish, the same manner the market is perceiving, it is not true. If your price is inconsistent across different platform, then it will lead towards a dissatisfaction, where on one platform the product is available cheaper, on the other platform the product is available costlier. Not only customers will feel cheated, but even the distribution channel members will complain that you are offering this price on that platform and you are offering this price to us. They will resist, and that will create a situation which may lead to a chaotic situation, which may lead to a kind of dissatisfaction not only among the customer, but also in your distribution channel members. The last one, failing to communicate value effectively. That is a flaw of marketing communication. That is a flaw which we discussed in terms of different positioning error. Do you remember those positioning errors? Under positioning, over positioning, confused positioning and doubtful positioning. So, if you are not communicating properly what value you are offering with a price tag which you are displaying, then possibly you are not able to grab the opportunity in best possible manner. So, let us summarize in the end of this session. Pricing is shaped by both internal business goal and external market forces. What your intention, what your objectives internally that need to match with the external factor. That is what we understood with the external and internal influencers of pricing. Perception often matters more than raw price. If you remember the quote of marketing guru Philip Kotler, he mentioned you have to have highlight the value, not the price, and that's a key, and that's a very much understandable, a very much big understanding for every organization to go for. Last one, effective pricing aligning with the positioning and customer value. You can win the market if your price tags are matching with the customer perception, the market value. And accordingly, if you are moving in tandem with the value, then you are reaping the advantage. Otherwise, either you are cheating the market or you are losing the opportunity. Both are undesirable altogether. So, post session assignment, as usual in my classes, I leave you with some kind of question to think and answer. Why are we willing to pay rupees 100 for a coffee at cafe but not 50 from a roadside vendor? Just think about it. And what's your answer? We know the answer, many obvious reasons, but just think more thoroughly with the understanding of the session, related with the quality, related with the value and the price which we perceive in terms of the value attached with the price. If you have further interest to read and understand in detail, go for an article in Business Standard, Tata Nano Pricing Paradox. Very beautifully written, very beautifully articulated to understand the Tata Nano strategy as a lakh takiya car. Thank you for your patience, thank you for remain with the marketing course and showing a continuous interest and moving in tandem in our journey of learning the marketing. Thanks again.